Welcome back to IGN and GameSpy's Live Wire. We're live from E3 in Santa Monica. We're in Venice right now as we do these interviews. We were live all week. We're going to be live tomorrow. We're live today. We've been live since, what, Tuesday, something like that?
Yeah.
That means we want your real-time questions by email in our chat room. You can talk to Sean. He's going to tell you how to do that.
Absolutely. You're going to go to insider.ign.com. You're going to hit the Insider Chat button, log in, or if you're watching at livewire.ign.com, livewire.gamespy.com, hit the chat button underneath the video player, log you in, look for Spiff, send me some questions.
Send them in. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Sitting here next to me is Greg from BioWare, one of the good doctors, and we're going to talk about Mass Effect.
Yep.
The all-powerful RPG for the Xbox 360. That's what I heard. That's what it said.
We're hoping for the all-powerful moniker on it. We're going for that. So.
Gotcha. A lot of people out there are big fans of KOTOR, obviously, looking forward to this one. Fans of Jade Empire looking forward to this one.
Yep.
What's going to set this one apart from previous role-playing games that you've done?
Without a doubt, one of the biggest things is going to be just the technology jump. Okay, people are really going to notice just what we can do with next gen. And I think it's very. I mean, there's times in this demo it's just shocking. Like someone in our company who's just got too much attention to detail was like. This one guy gets angry, and you can see his pupil actually get smaller. Wow. And it's just like stuff like that is just incredible. We have like water droplets coming off stuff that just you can go so far with this. And what this really just creates is an incredible setting for us to just put in an amazing story.
You got a lot out of the original Xbox in terms of the depth of the story you're able to do and how wide, big a scope the game was.
Yeah.
With the power of the Xbox 360, really. You've got even more. How are you going to fill up all that space?
You do. I totally agree. And I think the way we sort of answer that at one level, it's like, hey, we're exploring the galaxy. It's that big.
Yeah.
And you'll see. I'm going to show you a little bit of the galaxy map and kind of how it works, and you can see it just keeps kind of coming out, and you're like, and there's just people ask how many planets. We don't actually know exactly because we haven't. Like, we just got it all put together, and we're like, there's just a lot of stuff to check out, and some you kind of go to and just kind of scan, some you land on, drive around. It's pretty crazy.
You don't know how many planets are in the game?
I don't.
Well, I mean, don't you?
No, we kind of know, but we keep adding more and doing stuff with it. It's cool. Like it's big.
All right. Well, people out there, I'm sure they'll figure it out. Eventually, you will.
Oh no, they will. Yeah, someone was going to tell me someday. But right now, it's like because the fun thing is you can kind of mess around with the planets. You can do the main story, which is like this emotional roller coaster, and so it's this great sense of like the player controls what they do, the depth of how they play. It's really fun.
Gotcha. All right, let's fire it up, and as we get into it, just give us the basic backstory.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is this is actually from a sort of a regular playthrough where with what we've been showing at E3. I'm going to show meeting a character named Rex, and Mass Effect. The game all about incredible stories, exploration, and this really cool new character interaction system. And that's kind of what I'm going to showcase here. It's just Rex is this bounty hunter, and I took out this guy named Fist. But Rex was the guy that owned the bounty on him, so he's probably not that happy for how is he going to get paid is kind of the question. So,
and that's a huge part of the game is managing the relationships through dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. So what you can see up ahead there, Rex is there. This is I'm just about to leave the Citadel, which is the sort of the central place in the game, and Rex he's not so happy.
Human, you the one they call Shepard?
Is there a problem?
The name's Rex. The Shadow Broker paid me a lot of money to get rid of Fist. Only you got there first.
Taking care of Fist was part of my investigation.
When I get paid to do a job, I finish it. Alone.
I don't like where this is going.
But I didn't finish this job, Shepard. You did. So the payment is yours.
Bounty hunters don't just go around paying off people who take their contracts.
I won't take credit for someone else's work. I transferred the payment into your account. I like the way you handled Fist. Now I hear you're going after Saren. I was thinking I should come along.
We'll take you with us, Rex.
Smart move, Shepard.
So what you saw there was like...
That guy was pretty upset with you at first.
Oh, yeah. And it depends what you say and depends what you do. Actually, things can happen. And I don't even have to pick him up. Like, I could say, I'm not. Rex, you can't come with me, and then the game's going to be different. Like you'll continue playing, and it will not be the same. Because
he's gone forever.
He's gone at this point. At this point in the game, you've had 3 chances to pick him up these various situations, and I just have said no. I'm just not going to pick him up, and it's different. And that's actually one of the cool kind of branches that happen in the game. And he actually adds a lot of color and interesting story to different parts of the game.
And you actually influenced his decision to want to join you?
You can. There's actually one of the things you can do is there's you have these sort of charm and intimidate kind of skills in the dialogue system. I can show you that really quick. I'm going to jump in here. This is Commander Shepard. This is the sort of the character screen, which shows you how you level up. It's pretty simple. You just kind of sort of pick a category and kind of put a point in it. There's throw is the thing the biotic power that pushes guys back. So these presence and command choices, I can put some points in there. If they're high enough, I can convince people to do stuff. And what's interesting is you have to put some in there to get the really good stuff. And there's times when you can actually, if you have a really high intimidate, you're pretty nasty to people to get them to do what you want. Otherwise, you might not even be able to convince them. So
what does command do, for example?
Command is the one that is the intimidate one, but you also get one of the other things is along the way here you can see there's different kinds of powers. So you so you basically have the points and you sign it, and then when you get to that level, I'll show you maybe on Rex here, on assault rifles up here. I put the points in and I get overkill. This is a assault rifle skill. It's almost like you drain the guy's stability, means he's going to be he's very easy to aim. And then if I put more points in, I'll unlock shotguns. And so it's a tree system where gamers are kind of familiar with this, but we've made it really simple and really streamlined, where you can just kind of look at, I totally see what Rex is good at.
Right.
All these guys have unique powers, only Rex is the Krogan Battle Master, so he's the only one that has this thing which reduces damage from toxic effects as well as just regenerates health, making these guys incredibly powerful.
How many potential characters are there can join you?
There's 6,
okay.
And there's a few that you're just going to have, but there's a few others that you just don't have to. You can just say, no, I don't want you to be with me, and that's that, and then they'll be on.
And how does that change the game? Is it just you don't have as many people to help you? Are there certain story elements you'll just never see come across?
Certain story elements will never appear. You'll never see one thing we're showing at E3 is this really heavy scene with Rex and all this stuff, and we're not telling. It's a kind of a really heavy scene, so it's a bit of a spoiler. We're not telling people what it is, but it's wow. And if Rex isn't there, it just never happens. So this whole planet seems totally different because you're getting to a certain point, and suddenly it's this big explosion of activity. But if he's not there, it just doesn't happen. And if you have another character at a different spot, something else will happen. It's just it's a really neat, something we've always done, and we can take it to really great levels because of the cinematic presentation in the game.
Is there any sort of choices you have to make? Not necessarily good and evil, light and dark, but a balance you have to maintain with your character throughout the game?
Actually, let me jump back to that. We have the way it works in Mass Effect. There's two primary kind of attributes in that regard. It's Paragon and Renegade, and the idea is that with Knights of the Old Republic, we had this almost it was one line, is light and dark, and if you did some light stuff, it canceled out your dark stuff. But this isn't really, you can't really do the tit for tat kind of thing. Instead, it's if you did bad things in the past, they're still in your past, and this affects the ending. This affects how people think of you. So you can kind of do good things, but it'll never quite undo the bad things you did.
So you can just have both. You did.
Yeah, you did.
Good
that's
things,
it.
Bad things.
Yeah, and then we have a neat sort of matrix-like effect at the end. The endings of the game are dictated. It's not just a straight, hey, I can just make the choice right at the end. It's what's happened before will give you a certain number of choices, and if you've done certain bad things in the past, you won't get certain good things in the future.
Gotcha. Do you have time to show us a little bit of the combat?
Yeah, actually, that's right where I was going to go to next. I was going to show you. This is a planet called Vermeer. Actually, and Vermeer is this really kind of lush, jungly ocean planet. And I've got my gang with me here. I've got I believe it's Rex and Garrus, the two alien guys I was showing you earlier. And I've also got my the Mako, and the Mako is pretty cool. It's like a all-terrain vehicle with a bit of a Moon Patrol theme, so I can actually jump and and actually I can do all kinds of tricks with this thing, but also machine guns, cannons. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking out. There's these gates that I have to get through this planet to get this camp at the end. My aim is terrible, but I see a rocket and I can actually jump the rocket.
Whoa, that's good.
Yeah, and there we go. There we are.
Yeah, use the big gun.
Yeah, the little guns I'm just doing for effect, and then this guy. There we are.
Now it looks like your vehicle here has a bad right front tire.
Yeah, no.
So it can be destroyed.
You can be destroyed. Oh, it can be destroyed. You can be damaged. You actually, the tech guys, the engineers can actually fix it. You have to. There's a sort of certain amount of material that you get in the game that's used for tech powers and repairing things. So it's kind of almost like a bit of a healing thing. It's cool. The healing system we have uses a similar kind of system. What I'm doing here is I'm running up here. These gates are locked, and there's some guys up there, so I got to undo the gate control. And you can see that in the middle there. There's the four little boxes, and those are the powers I have. On the left is Carnage, top is Throw, on the right is Lift, And what I'm doing here, I just hit a quick Y button, and these guys run up here.
What's Carnage do?
Carnage is you'll see that's actually, they're trying to get, that was Carnage.
Oh.
So one of the enemies is, I'm going to lift this guy though, because he doesn't know I'm here. So I put him up in the air, and I'll, wow. My guys get pretty nasty when they're shooting at them. Oh, he ducked it. So this is Carnage again. So Carnage is like a very heavy-duty shotgun blast.
Okay. Then what's the one on the bottom?
One on the bottom is actually recharges everything immediately, so suddenly I got them all back, right?
Ah.
So what I want to do with this guy, I just want to and then let's run through to here. So this is sort of some tutorial stuff in there. I don't need the tutorial. And then one last guy, there's sort of a destroyer back here who's actually really nasty, so I want to make sure, fortunately he's kind of, we got him programmed just kind of stay under cover there. Mm-hmm. So if I can kind of sneak up and he hit me with a shotgun, but then I'll blast him up, do a big throw. Oh, I missed the throw.
Try it again.
Well, we'll try, actually I can't do it yet. I'll carnage him as soon as he hits the ground. See how, uh-oh, trouble.
He's all over you.
There we go. Whew.
That was close.
I have to say my aim is a little bit poor. I've been playing all day, so it's not like I get any practice.
Gotcha.
But
you lost a shield here, looks like?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, my shield's recharge. And what's kind of cool, the tech guys, I'll give you a quick run on the combat stuff. So this guy's a Vanguard, so he has good soldier power, so he's got some decent weapons, the assault rifle and the shotgun he can use as well as good tech. I should say good biotic, but some of the other guys are like, I think Garrus has some tech powers, and they can actually short circuit guys shields. You can actually recharge your shields with a special. They'll kind of do a thing on you and recharge your shields. So there's a lot of really neat tactical stuff that you can do. And that's kind of the idea behind the game.
Lots of customization.
Lots of customization. Lots of different experience when you use a guy that has biotic powers only. You have to play him totally different than a soldier in their heavy armor. They can take a lot of shots. They have their shield thing goes all the way up. Okay. So really, totally replayable. You can actually custom sculpt your face. You got, this is sort of the standard guy, and Commander. This is our vision of Commander Shepard. But we have a total face customization system that's really slick. We'll be showing that, I'm pretty sure, before release, because people will just be blown away by it. Because it's full normal maps, and you're just totally doing all this awesome, almost like sculpting, right? It's really cool.
All right, cool. Let's have some questions.
Absolutely. So. Frosted wants to know, obviously a lot of the BioWare RPGs that we've seen in the past, the KOTORs and Jade Empires and stuff, have had a lot of kind of conversation choices that can kind of affect how people are going to respond, good, evil, neutral, that kind of thing. You're putting a lot of the same features into this?
Same kind of things. Like I think, what we do is people as you sort of develop a reputation, again, they kind of know you. And it's kind of cool because we have a bit of that in the playthroughs we've been doing, for example, in the Citadel. You also kind of have a background. You have this. You choose if you're a war hero and all these other things. So people actually address you differently. They go, hey, can I get your autograph? You're the famous Shepard from this battle. It's so it's got a really rich kind of response system to who you are and what you do. And then the other part of it's the big challenge you face is what the aliens think of you, because you're the humans are kind of the new kids on the block, and they're not that trusted by the aliens out there. So and they're kind of not that powerful. So they want to be doing the right thing. When if you do the wrong thing, it kind of gets the whole human race in trouble, and they sort of see you in a bad light.
Everybody's in trouble. So you actually set your character's background when you start the game?
You do, yeah. You just set the character's background. It actually does affect some of the stuff in the game. There's sort of neat little segments where it kind of reflects who you are. And so it's kind of, you start with a certain reputation, and you can either decide to continue that or change it.
Cool. How about another question?
So obviously you're on the Xbox 360. Are you taking advantage of any kind of the specialties on that platform at all? Downloadable content, online play, co-op, unlock, stuff like that? Oh
yeah, no, we have there's a couple things we're doing. We're not talking much about downloadable content, but there will be some, and it'll be slick, because you probably recall, BioWare's known for doing that on the PC side. We made our whole own system for Neverwinter Nights to do downloadable content. So when you got an awesome integrated system like the 360 and Xbox Live, we're going to pursue it. The other big thing, we're doing a lot with achievements. There's some really significant achievement stuff we're doing. It's actually a ton of different things you can do. And actually, each time you play it, you get kind of certain things that you can carry forward into your next game as part of that profile. So it's got a bit of we got some Resident Evil fans on the team and stuff. So that Resident Evil 4 kind of we all are. And 5 looks, that trailer was awesome. Yeah. But that was freaked out.
So once you've done something, it sticks with you.
Yeah, but not everything. Certain things do, but it's kind of like you get certain benefits. And the other thing that's kind of cool is the achievements will be really unique, because it's depending on what your character is. If you don't use a sniper rifle, you won't get the sniper achievement, right? And so you really want to go for, if you want to go for the points, you got to replay the game a lot. But it's fun because you play a male character, you play a female character. People treat you differently. They say different things. You got a totally different character. It's pretty cool. And there's also different choices on who you play with.
Cool. Another question.
How much gameplay are we getting out of this? How long is the game, do you think?
How many weeks? How many months?
How many weeks? Well, actually,
Straight.
the way we're kind of structuring it is it's at least as long as KOTOR, or Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, and that's just the core part. And then with some of the, we expect everyone's going to do a few of the side things and go on to the other planets. But if you literally do like a ton of the side stuff, it's going to be longer.
Is it going to be one of these things too? Like we were talking a little bit about how with Knights of the Old Republic, you play all the way through as kind of a one alignment, and then turn right around and go back and play all the way through again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Taking a different path. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But without like the bottleneck that was in KOTOR, where at the end you could totally turn everything upside down.
Exactly, like we said. I mean, so
you're not doing that.
Yeah, it's not clear. You're not going to be able to totally like, hey, I'm good. Oh, I'm bad.
Yeah.
And it's going to be your past won't be erasable, and there's no real kind of. You can't really erase the bad things you do in the game. It sticks with you.
Is it sort of like there's going to be a certain like threshold of good and bad things? So sort of like if you were this good, that means this. If you were this bad, it means that.
It's a little more complicated than that, but there's certainly an element of if you're moderately versus super good, there's going to be different things that happen.
Good. All right. Any more?
Sure. Actually, Firewolf wants to know how combat's going to take something like terrain into account. So we saw kind of that vehicle driving along the terrain. You're running along a beach right here.
I'm using my.
And obviously, we're getting some examples there.
So this is so terrain is actually a key part of the combat system in this game. It's really neat. We actually have a full cover system that's used, and it's also a big part of the tactical stuff. Because I mean, if I send my guys like over here, and I have enemies on some other part, like. Sending them around and having them do stuff is kind of like the key to, if there's guys around, this rock, I could send the guys out and me kind of flank them and stuff. But the big thing is the cover system. It's very simple. It's like just literally push towards it and pull back to get off it, and sticking out the edge, you just literally kind of pull it off, and it's very easy to get in and out of cover. And it's just we want to make it so that it was the game is still we still have a lot of role-playing game fans out there, so it's not going to be super crazy in the difficulty because you're going to be able to pause it as well and issue orders.
Right.
Oh, okay. You're going to be able to stop the action, say whoo, and tell your guys to do their stuff, and then but when you unpause, you're always in real time. So you got to be pretty careful. You can direct your guys to place when you're paused. And the nice thing also, I mean, obviously the cover and stuff makes it a very different kind of gameplay. You should be feeling like you can be thoughtful about it. You don't have to it's not like crazy action.
Well, kind of along that same vein, then, what about save points in the game? Every console gamer's.
No, we have save anywhere except during combat.
Okay.
So you'll save right here and you'll pop right back in right there.
You got it. Yeah.
And are you going to have any battles up in space at all? I mean, we've seen a little bit of vehicle stuff here.
We've heard that a lot. You never know. Not this one though.
Whole galaxy out.
No, I know.
And
I think the plan right now is to stick with the we got the vehicles on the ground and a pretty robust combat system with guns and special powers on the ground. I think we're holding off before we bite off anything else. You never know, but I think reality is that right now we're focused on making this what we have just great and as good as it can possibly be.
All right. Smells like a sequel to me.
Absolutely.
Well, we have said it's going to be a trilogy. I mean, we've been pretty frank about that.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm going to also pimp the book. We actually, I should have it. I should go.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have any, but we're giving them out to people. Everyone sees it. The lead writer of the game, Drew Karpyshyn, actually wrote a novel published by Del Rey. Came out this past May, so it's available on store shelves now, which is called Mass Effect Revelation, and it's this really good sort of background to the universe. It details the exploits of this guy named Captain Anderson, and he's actually your mentor in this game. But this is him as a young soldier, kind of like yourself, and it kind of leads up to the events that actually start the things in motion that cause the events in this game. So it's a really cool book that it's fun to read, and it tells you all about Mass Effect. It's really good.
So you're going to be making allusions in this game to kind of some of the things that we might see in the future.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, the one thing we're being really, really clear about though is that we're having a really nice, clean ending in the sense that you'll feel satisfied. You won't feel like because I think one of the challenges, sometimes when you do kind of like larger arcs, the sense of closure isn't there, and we want to make sure that's not the case.
The ending's got to be strong, just like a movie. It has to be.
Yeah, and even though there's more, and we've roughed out the trilogy storyline. We have an idea where it's going. and we have some thoughts on kind of things we want to do in the franchise. But a lot of it's going to happen. Depends what gamers think of it. We think they'll like it, of course.
Yes. So the chat room's going to kill me if I don't get this question asked. Can teammates die permanently?
That's a tricky one. Not in regular sort of combat situations. I mean, the idea of teammates and the battlefield is, I mean, everyone kind of gets back up after they get shot. Except for if you die in combat, the combat's over.
Okay.
Awesome.
That seems about par for the course. All right. Thank you for joining us, Greg.
Hey, pleasure.
Mass Effect coming out soon. We'll have more Livewire, I guess, tomorrow now.
Tomorrow
right?
we're coming back, I believe at 10 a.m. We'll be back in. We're kicking off the day with a biggie. It's with Fallout 3. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that one.
All right. We finished strong, though, today with Mass Effect. Again, stay tuned. We'll be back with more Livewire. Live from E3 in Santa Monica. Perfect.
Sorry. No, I was trying not to.
No cough button.